spousal benefit, also known as a dependence benefit, was established by Social Security to help compensate spouses who either stayed at home to take care of the household or who were really financially dependent on a working spouse. If you're eligible for a spousal benefit, you could get up to half of the worker's full retirement benefit. It depends on when you file for your benefits because there are reductions that could apply. It's best to talk about it with examples. It's the easiest way to understand it. So say my husband was the primary worker and his full retirement benefit's about $1,000. It doesn't matter when he files for benefits and what he actually gets as a benefit. My spouse's benefit is calculated off of that $1,000 benefit number. So if I filed early, and the earliest I can file is at age 62, I would get 35% of his full benefit, $350 per month. If I wait till my full retirement age, which for baby boomers is 66, then I would get the full spouse's benefit, which is 50% of his full retirement benefit. That's $500. So my spouse's benefit could range somewhere between $350 and $500 per month, depending on what age I decide to take a spouse's benefit. The other thing that you need to consider is that even if I waited past full retirement age, I won't get any increase in a spouse's benefit. The most I can ever get is at $500 per month. That's the spouse's benefit. There are two things, though, you do need to consider when you're filing for a spouse's benefit. The first is you cannot qualify for a spouse's benefit unless you're 62 and your husband or your wife, whoever the working spouse is, has either filed for his or her benefits or is at least age 66. This is because the worker is the one that triggers the spouse's benefit. So if they're not collecting, you can't collect either. But if they're older than 66 or 66, you can collect. Something else you need to consider is if the working spouse is affected by an earnings test or the WEP, which stands for the windfall elimination provision, those two things could reduce the worker's benefits. And in turn, it could reduce your benefits as a spouse as well, because the spouse's benefit is tied to the worker's work record. So those are the things you need to know about spouse's benefits. If you're divorced, you may be wondering if you're also qualified for a spouse's benefit or an ex-spouse's benefit. And you can be if you fulfill the following requirements. First, you had to have been married for more than 10 years. Second, you have to be at least 62, because the earliest you can file for a spouse benefit is 62. Third, your spouse or your ex-spouse has to be at least 62. This is different than a married situation where you had to wait for the working spouse to be either 66 or have already taken benefits. If you're divorced, you don't need those qualifications. You just have to have your ex-spouse be at least 62 years old. And finally, you can't have remarried. If you remarry, you're now qualified for your current spouse's benefits and not an ex-spouse benefits. And those are the spousal benefits.